Imagine walking into a room full of people. You might hear the chatter, feel the energy, and see the expressions on their faces. But did you know that what you observe initially is just the beginning? The truth is, body language encompasses a world of nonverbal cues that can utterly transform the way we communicate. Studies show that a staggering 93% of our communication is nonverbal. That's 55% body language and 38% tone of voice, leaving a mere 7% for the words we speak. This means that the gestures we make, the posture we assume, and even the eye contact we provide can convey feelings and messages far beyond the scope of our verbal communication. What do we mean by body language? It is a collection of physical behaviors, including facial expressions, body posture, gestures, eye movements, and even the distance we maintain when communicating with others. Let's take an everyday scenario. Picture a job interview. You sit down across from the hiring manager, and they're asking you questions. While your answers are important, did you know that your body language can make or break your chances of landing the job? Studies suggest that an interviewer's first impressions are formed within the first 30 seconds, primarily based on body language. A firm handshake, maintaining eye contact, and sitting up straight send signals of confidence and professionalism. On the contrary, crossing your arms, avoiding eye contact, or fidgeting can suggest insecurity or disinterest. These nonverbal signals speak volumes about your state of mind and feelings, often louder than words themselves. But let's go deeper. Body language is not one size fits all. Cultural nuances play a massive role in how body language is interpreted. For instance, in many Western cultures, making direct eye contact is perceived as a sign of trustworthiness. However, in some Asian cultures, maintaining eye contact may be viewed as disrespectful. Understanding these cultural differences is vital if we want to communicate effectively in a globalized world. Interestingly, research shows that empathy can also be expressed through body language. Imagine someone sharing a frustrating day with you. Leaning slightly forward, nodding, and mirroring their expressions can convey understanding and support. This simple alignment of body language can enhance rapport and deepen connections. In this chapter, we've glossed over the basics of body language and its importance in communication. But as we dive deeper into the nuances and interpretations of body language in the forthcoming chapters, you will discover the hidden elements that can truly change how you interact with others and even how you view yourself. Yet, are you ready to uncover the layers beneath the surface? What if I told you that certain gestures that seem benign could have powerful implications? Stay tuned as we peel back these layers and reveal the secrets behind effective body language. Gestures are a vibrant and critical aspect of body language, serving as visual cues that can convey complex meanings. Did you know that around 66% of people believe that sight plays a more significant role in communication than any other sense? This opens up an intriguing world of nonverbal signals that can help you decode the intentions of others. From a simple wave to a thumbs up, gestures carry a multitude of meanings that change based on context and culture. Let's start with one of the most common gestures, the thumbs up. In most Western cultures, this gesture is synonymous with approval or success. It's a sign of positivity. But did you know that in some cultures, especially in the Middle East, it can be considered offensive? This highlights the importance of understanding the cultural context in reading body language. Another powerful gesture is the peace sign. In the US and many Western nations, it symbolizes peace and goodwill. However, if the palm is facing inward, it's considered an insult in countries like Australia and the UK. Think about how a single gesture can alter the entire conversation based on where you are and who you're with. Now, let's consider a less obvious gesture, the crossed arms. While many interpret this as a defensive position, it can also signal that a person is deep in thought or feeling cold. Context is crucial in interpreting gestures accurately. In fact, research shows that context matters significantly when it comes to understanding gestures. A 2014 study published in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior found that the same gesture can have different meanings when placed in varying contexts. For instance, a slight head tilt while someone is speaking can indicate concern, but if someone uses it while they are the speaker, it can suggest uncertainty or hesitation. Now, let's analyze some universal gestures. The smile is a powerful nonverbal cue that conveys warmth, friendliness, and even attraction. A genuine smile, known as a Duchenne smile, involves the contraction of both the mouth and eyes. In contrast, a forced smile is only reflected in the mouth. This can lead to miscommunication. If someone is forcing a smile, it might signal discomfort rather than friendliness. Moreover, facial expressions are often intertwined with our gestures. A nod can reinforce agreement, while shaking your head can indicate disagreement. These simple actions can modify the meaning of conversational dialogue, enhancing or diminishing our messages. As we delve into the world of gestures, remember that their meanings can be fluid, shifting based on context, culture, and even the emotional state of the individual. Learning to interpret these cues can dramatically improve your communication skills, allowing you to connect more deeply with others. Yet, as we uncover the nuances of body language and gestures, have you ever felt that your gestures didn't convey what you intended? In our next chapter, we'll explore the emotional connections rooted in body language. Stay tuned to understand how our feelings profoundly influence the nonverbal signals we send. Have you ever looked at someone and felt you understood them without them saying a word? That's the magic of facial expressions, the windows to our emotions. A simple raised eyebrow or a tight-lipped smile can tell us stories beyond words. Facial expressions are powerful indicators of human emotions. Research by psychologist Paul Ekman reveals that there are 7 universal emotions that can be recognized across cultures: happiness, sadness, anger, fear, surprise, disgust, and contempt. These expressions transcend language barriers, providing a common ground for communication. To illustrate this, consider the expression of fear. When someone is frightened, their brows furrow, eyes widen, and mouth opens slightly. These subtle changes can signal distress, even before words are uttered. The same goes for happiness. An authentic smile can light up a room, but a fake smile often lacks the sparkle in the eyes. But why is this important? Understanding facial expressions can lead to deeper interpersonal relationships. For example, during a conversation, if you notice someone's expression changing from joy to confusion, it may be an indication that they didn't grasp your message. Recognizing this allows for immediate clarification, preventing potential misunderstandings. In a study conducted by the University of Connecticut, researchers found that individuals skilled in reading facial expressions also tend to navigate social situations more effectively. Moreover, emotional intelligence plays a significant role in reading and expressing facial cues. People with high emotional intelligence can better identify their own emotions and those of others, which results in better conflict resolution and collaboration in team settings. But it's not just about recognizing expressions, it's about understanding the context behind them. A smile at a wedding may convey joy, while a smile during a serious conversation can signal nervousness or discomfort. Let's dive further into the implications of facial expressions in our lives. Have you ever noticed how different environments can influence facial expressions? For instance, a tense meeting will often lead to furrowed brows and tight lips, while a relaxed dinner will prompt smiles and laughter. As we explore the impact of facial cues, consider how these insights can shape your everyday interactions. From professional settings to personal relationships, being attuned to facial expressions can bridge gaps in communication and enhance understanding. But just when you think you've mastered the art of reading faces, what if we told you that the eyes have their own language? In our next chapter, we'll uncover the secrets of eye contact and gaze, revealing how they can invite connection or create barriers. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the world of nonverbal communication. Have you ever experienced a moment where just a glance changed everything? Eye contact is one of the most potent forms of nonverbal communication. It can create feelings of trust, intimacy, and connection, or in stark contrast, convey avoidance, discomfort, or aggression. Research indicates that eye contact can stimulate areas of the brain associated with emotional understanding and social interactions. According to a study conducted by the University of Amsterdam, maintaining eye contact can enhance feelings of empathy between communicators. However, the duration and intensity of eye contact matter significantly. In many Western cultures, prolonged eye contact during a conversation is often seen as a sign of confidence and honesty. Yet, in other cultures, such as in some Asian nations, prolonged eye contact may be interpreted as disrespectful or invasive. This divergence highlights the importance of cultural awareness when interpreting the nuances of eye contact. Let's explore the impact of eye contact in different scenarios. In a romantic context, mutual eye contact can ignite attraction. Harvard psychologist Zick Rubin found that individuals who maintained eye contact for longer periods were more likely to develop feelings of love and affection towards each other. On the other hand, there's the power of gaze aversion. Have you ever noticed someone looking away during a conversation? This often indicates discomfort, anxiety, or a lack of interest. It's a defensive mechanism that may signal a need for personal space or a desire to escape the interaction. In a professional setting, eye contact can influence leadership perceptions. A leader who maintains eye contact can appear more authoritative and trustworthy. Studies highlight that leaders who do not make adequate eye contact might be perceived as less competent or less credible. Yet, what happens when this powerful tool is misused? Overly intense eye contact can feel confrontational or aggressive, potentially leading to discomfort and opposition. Understanding the balance between too much and too little eye contact can empower you to navigate social dynamics effectively. As we delve into the world of eye communication, we discover that the eyes can tell stories of their own. Have you ever noticed how someone's eyes can light up when they talk about their passion? Or how sadness may linger in someone's gaze? The messages conveyed through our eyes can significantly influence the outcomes of our interactions. In the coming chapters, we will look at how body language extends beyond the individual and into the dynamics of our relationships. Are you ready to explore how we can use these insights to enhance our connections with others? Stay with us as we uncover the ties between body language and relationship dynamics. Posture can speak volumes about a person's confidence and mood. Think about the last time you entered a room filled with people. Did you notice how some individuals stood tall and open, while others slouched down, appearing small and withdrawn? This subtlety in posture is often overlooked but holds significant power when it comes to understanding body language. Research indicates that posture can drastically influence how we are perceived by others. A study conducted at the University of Allentown found that people who adopt open postures, those that take up more space, are often viewed as more approachable and confident. On the other hand, closed postures, like crossed arms or hunched shoulders, signal defensiveness or discomfort. When someone stands with their arms crossed, they may seem unwelcoming, even if they are just feeling a bit cold. This is often misinterpreted as disinterest or hostility. But how can you effectively read posture in everyday interactions? When observing someone, take note of their body orientation. Are they facing you directly, or are they angled away? A person angled toward you is generally more engaged and interested in the conversation, whereas one who is turned slightly away may be distracted or wishing to exit the interaction. Consider what this means in a professional setting. In job interviews, a candidate's posture can greatly influence the interviewer's perception. Candidates who exhibit open postures typically see a 30% higher acceptance rate compared to those who do not. This statistic is essential as it illustrates how critical body language is in high-stakes situations. Another key aspect of posture is how it correlates with emotional states. When we feel anxious, our body tends to hunch, while a person who is feeling confident often opens themselves up. This correlation is not purely psychological, it has physical implications as well. A fascinating discovery from a Harvard study suggests that adopting a power pose, standing tall with arms raised, can actually increase testosterone levels and lower cortisol, influencing our feelings of power and reducing stress. It's essential to remember, however, that while body language can provide clues to a person's internal state, it is not a foolproof method. For example, someone might maintain a confident posture while feeling anxious inside. Ultimately, the key takeaway here is to use posture as one piece of the puzzle in body language analysis. Pay attention to the overall context, including facial expressions, gestures, and situational cues. By synthesizing these elements, you will gain a more accurate understanding of what someone is truly communicating. As we move forward, let's delve deeper into another crucial element of nonverbal communication: touch. How does touch influence relationships and communication? Can it enhance connection or even create barriers? Stay tuned. Touch is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication. From a comforting pat on the back to a firm handshake, touch can convey a wide range of emotions and intentions. Studies suggest that touch can reduce feelings of stress and anxiety, while also fostering a sense of connection between individuals. A famous experiment conducted by psychologist Harry Harlow with infant monkeys revealed that touch is essential for emotional development. In this experiment, Harlow separated baby monkeys from their mothers and presented them with two surrogate mothers, one made of wire and the other covered in soft cloth. The baby monkeys spent significantly more time with the cloth mother, demonstrating the importance of comfort over basic needs. In human interactions, touch operates on a similar principle. Research shows that a gentle touch can enhance trust and empathy. In professional settings, appropriate touches, like a handshake or a pat on the arm, can help to establish rapport. However, the impact of touch is also highly contextual. For instance, while a firm handshake can create an impression of confidence, an unwelcome touch can lead to discomfort or even conflict. Social norms around touch vary widely across cultures. In some places, a hug may be seen as a friendly gesture, while in others, it may be entirely inappropriate. Understanding the cultural context is essential when interpreting the meaning of touch. Interestingly, psychological research has shown that even brief touch, like a pat on the back, can significantly influence how someone perceives generosity. In studies, participants who received a light touch when making a donation were more likely to give higher amounts compared to those who did not. This phenomenon demonstrates the underlying psychological power of touch. As we navigate our personal and professional lives, being mindful of how we use touch can enhance our communication skills. Recognizing when to initiate contact and when to refrain can greatly impact the quality of our interactions. With this understanding of touch, we can next explore the fascinating world of proximity, the space we maintain between ourselves and others. What does the distance we keep say about our relationships? Stay tuned to unravel the power of personal space. Personal space is a concept we often take for granted, yet it plays a crucial role in how we communicate. The distance we maintain from others can indicate everything from intimacy to aggression. Cultural differences heavily influence one's comfort level with proximity. In some cultures, standing close to someone while speaking is a sign of warmth and engagement, while in others, it may be seen as intrusive. Edward Hall, an anthropologist, identified 4 distinct zones of personal space: intimate, personal, social, and public. Understanding these zones can be vital in both professional and social settings. For example, the intimate zone, which is within 18 inches, is reserved for close relationships, think family and romantic partners. The personal zone expands from 1.5 to 4 feet and is typical for friends. This becomes especially critical in situations like job interviews or networking events, where invading personal space can create discomfort. In contrast, a professional interaction might occur at a distance of 4 to 12 feet, thus allowing for respectful engagement without intrusion. When we disregard these boundaries, we risk creating tension. A study published in the Journal of Social Psychology found that individuals who unknowingly invade personal space can be perceived as aggressive or dominant, leading to negative interactions. This highlights the importance of gauging distance based on social cues. Furthermore, understanding the shift in proximity can reflect emotional changes. For instance, when someone feels threatened, they may step back to create space. Conversely, someone expressing interest might lean in closer. And here's something interesting: research has shown that we subconsciously calibrate our personal space based on the other person's level of attraction, interest, and even their body language. This means that paying attention to these subtle shifts can significantly enhance how you connect with others. While navigating personal space might seem daunting, it becomes intuitive with practice. As we wrap up this exploration of body language, let's synthesize all we've learned and discuss how to apply this knowledge in real life. What are the takeaways that can truly transform how you engage with others? Stay with us for the final chapter. Now that we've journeyed through the intricate world of body language, it's time to bring everything together and apply these insights to our daily lives. The key is to combine all these elements: posture, gestures, facial expressions, eye contact, touch, and proximity, to enhance our communication skills. Understanding body language isn't just about reading others, it's also about becoming aware of our own nonverbal cues. For instance, maintaining an open posture, making appropriate eye contact, and using welcoming gestures can significantly improve how we are perceived in social settings. Begin by assessing your own body language during daily interactions. Notice how others respond to your gestures and expressions. Do people lean in when you're speaking, or do they seem to back away? Next, practice active listening. This means paying attention to not only what someone is saying but also to how they're saying it, their tone of voice, their expressions, and their posture. This holistic approach can facilitate deeper connections and more meaningful conversations. Consider involving body language in your personal development. For instance, experiment with power poses before important meetings or presentations to boost your confidence. As discussed earlier, the mental shift can have a profound impact on how you perform. Another practical application of body language knowledge is in building rapport during networking events. Start with a firm handshake, maintain eye contact, and mirror gestures subtly to create a feeling of connection. Moreover, use touch, appropriately, to strengthen relationships. A light touch on the shoulder can go a long way in building trust and warmth. Just remember, context is everything. In conclusion, mastering the art of body language isn't merely about manipulation, it's about enhancing genuine communication. As you incorporate these body language skills, you will not only improve your connections but also gain a deeper understanding of those around you. Remember, every gesture tells a story. Are you ready to become a master storyteller with your body language? Thank you for joining us on this exploration. Until next time, embrace the power of nonverbal communication and shift your mind towards understanding those around you. Body language is not a universal language, it differs significantly across cultures. Understanding these differences is crucial for effective communication in our globalized world. In America, a thumbs up might signal approval. But in places like the Middle East, it can be considered an insult. So, why do these disparities exist? They stem from deep-seated cultural values and social norms that shape how we express ourselves nonverbally. Consider Japan, where bowing serves as a traditional greeting. Bowing is not merely a gesture but a sign of respect, hierarchy, and humility. When you visit Japan, the intricate rules of bowing reflect social hierarchy, a deeper meaning you would miss without understanding the culture. In contrast, in Mediterranean cultures, gestures are more expressive. A simple conversation can resemble a theatrical performance. When someone raises their hands or leans forward, it's all part of showing enthusiasm and engagement. This vibrant form of communication can be misinterpreted by those unfamiliar with the culture, resulting in awkward moments. Further, take a look at Latin America, where personal space is limited. A friendly conversation here comes with closer proximity, often involving touching, backslapping, or kissing on the cheek. This close interaction signifies warmth and connection. On the other hand, in countries like Germany, personal space is respected, and close proximity can be seen as invasive. Knowing these nuances can enhance your interactions, especially in a multicultural setting. In business, misunderstanding body language can lead to missed opportunities or even offense. When negotiating, for instance, maintaining eye contact can convey confidence in the US, yet in many Asian cultures, it can be interpreted as disrespectful. The importance of cultural awareness extends beyond gestures, encompassing everything from personal space to emotional expressions. Research suggests that individuals who are aware of cultural body language differences are more successful in international interactions. For instance, a study conducted by the Journal of Cross-Cultural Psychology found that culturally competent individuals scored significantly higher in negotiation success. In conclusion, grasping the diverse cultural interpretations of body language can be a game-changer in both personal and professional realms. By observing and adapting to these variations, you sharpen your communication skills while reducing the risk of misunderstandings. What if you could leverage this knowledge to build stronger connections in your everyday life? Imagine the possibilities. Body language can serve as a tool for manipulation, often masking true intentions. Studies suggest that around 60 to 70% of our communication is nonverbal. When individuals want to deceive, their body language can betray them. Understanding these telltale signs is vital for navigating interpersonal relationships. Consider the classic example of a poker game. Professional players are adept at reading opponents' body language to detect bluffs. Signs of nervousness, such as fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or shifting posture, can signal deceit. Conversely, a calm demeanor combined with confident gestures may indicate sincerity. Researchers at the University of California found that trained observers are capable of detecting lies with approximately 80% accuracy, largely due to nonverbal cues. But outside the realm of poker, manipulation can appear in everyday life, from personal relationships to the workplace. Let's take a closer look at how body language can be manipulated. In interviews, an applicant may intentionally adopt an open posture, lean forward, and maintain constant eye contact to project confidence. Yet, behind this facade may lurk self-doubt. Recognizing this contrast plays a significant role in assessing authenticity. Moreover, consider the power of mirroring, where one person subconsciously imitates the body language of another. This technique often creates a feeling of rapport. However, it can also be wielded manipulatively. A skilled conversationalist might mirror your movements to create trust, thereby steering the conversation in their favor. Let's explore deception in a more sinister context: manipulative relationships. Abusers often employ specific body language tactics to control their victims. They may stand over their partner, invade personal space, or use aggressive gestures to instill fear. Recognizing these behaviors can empower individuals to escape toxic environments. Furthermore, interviews and police interrogations often utilize body language to gauge whether a suspect is telling the truth. Law enforcement professionals are trained to look for signs of discomfort, such as shifting in one's seat or excessive sweating. A person may exhibit these signs when they are lying or guilty. Understanding these signs can lead to uncovering hidden truths. In wrapping up, manipulating body language is a powerful tool that can signify deceit, control, or connection. Recognizing the nuances of these manipulations requires keen observation skills and a willingness to look beyond the words spoken. What if you could develop this awareness to protect yourself from deceit and strengthen genuine connections? As we navigate through the digital age, body language finds new expressions through screens. While we may not physically be in the same room, nonverbal cues still play a crucial role in our online interactions. When you send a message, how often do you consider the impact of your tone or choice of emojis? Research reveals that over 90% of people misinterpret messages without visual cues. When communicating via text or email, nuances such as sarcasm or frustration can easily be lost. Imagine receiving a text that reads, "Great job on that project." Depending on the sender's tone, this could either be genuine praise or dripping with sarcasm. Hence, the incorporation of emojis has become essential in bridging this gap. Emojis serve as modern-day body language, helping convey emotions and intentions that words alone cannot express. Consider a study conducted by the Journal of Language and Social Psychology that found emojis significantly improved the emotional tone of interactions. When participants used emojis, they were perceived as more friendly and approachable. This revelation underlines the importance of supplementing written communication with visual cues, even in everyday exchanges. However, the limitations of digital communication also extend to video calls. While platforms like Zoom or Skype allow us to observe each other's expressions, subtle gestures and movements are often missed. The lack of physical presence can hinder the effectiveness of body language, making it challenging to form genuine connections. This gap has become even more pronounced during the pandemic, as social distancing forced many to rely on virtual communication. Despite these challenges, savvy communicators have adapted. They've learned how to optimize body language on video calls, using larger gestures, maintaining eye contact with the camera, and being mindful of their positioning. The best communicators utilize their surroundings and choose locations that enhance their presence. In one study, 70% of participants reported that video appearance directly impacted their communication effectiveness. Moreover, the rise of avatars and virtual reality technologies offers exciting new avenues for expressing body language online. Avatars that mimic user movements can convey emotions and reactions in ways that text and voice cannot replicate. As we move further into the digital realm, understanding how to adapt our body language will be critical to successful interactions. In conclusion, the evolution of body language in digital communication reflects our ongoing need to connect and express ourselves. As we embrace these new forms of interaction, being aware of these changes can enhance our understanding and effectiveness, allowing us to navigate the complexities of digital relationships. Imagine mastering this new language of body movement and expression, the digital body language. When we think about body language, we often underestimate the complex psychology that underlies it. Studies show that a significant portion of our communication, up to 93%, is nonverbal. This means that while we're speaking, our body is busy conveying messages that may either contradict or amplify our spoken words. Understanding this science can empower us to read others better and refine our own signals. Consider the classic study conducted by Dr. Albert Mehrabian in the 1970s, which revealed startling statistics on how we receive messages. According to his findings, 55% of communication is accounted for by body language, 38% by tone of voice, and only 7% by the actual words we say. This suggests that when someone is conveying a message, the majority of our understanding comes from their physical demeanor rather than the words they choose. Dr. Paul Ekman, a pioneer in the study of facial expressions and emotions, further corroborated these findings with his research on the universality of facial expressions. His work demonstrated that certain emotions, such as happiness, sadness, anger, surprise, and disgust, are expressed similarly across cultures. This means that wherever we go, there's a common language of emotions that we all can understand. For example, a smile universally signifies happiness, while a frown denotes displeasure. But why does body language resonate so deeply within us? One explanation lies in our upbringing. As infants, we are more attuned to the nonverbal signals of our caregivers. Studies reveal that children as young as 3 months old can differentiate emotional expressions. This early exposure sets the stage for our lifelong ability to interpret and utilize body language effectively. Moreover, consider the impact of biological factors. Research indicates that our brain's mirror neurons become activated not only when we perform actions but also when we see others perform those actions. This neurological phenomenon enables us to empathize with others' feelings by mirroring their emotions, showcasing how deeply embedded body language is in our psychological framework. For example, if you see someone smile, your brain may involuntarily trigger a similar response, leading to a feeling of connection. Furthermore, the nuances in how we use body language can differ dramatically between individuals, influenced by personality traits. Extroverts may use more expansive gestures and physical space, while introverts might adopt more reserved postures. This variance can be seen in social settings, where extroverts engage with a wider range of motions, drawing people in, while introverts might focus on subtle facial expressions or smaller gestures that convey their feelings without overwhelming others. Yet, it's vital to remember that body language is not a one-size-fits-all framework. Understanding context is crucial. For instance, in a professional environment, an open posture and sustained eye contact can convey confidence and engagement during negotiations. However, in a more relaxed social setting, the same cues could be misinterpreted as overbearing or invasive. This underscores the importance of being sensitive to the environment and the emotional state of those around us. To put this into perspective, let's look at a real-world example. In a high-stakes business meeting, one CEO might lean slightly forward, using open gestures to express enthusiasm. On the other hand, another participant may fold their arms and lean back, signaling skepticism or disengagement. Observing such cues not only enhances interpersonal communication but can also provide insights into a person's confidence or state of mind. In summary, the science of body language is deeply intertwined with our psychology. Understanding it can lead to better communication and stronger connections. As we delve deeper into this documentary, we will explore more techniques and strategies to refine our understanding of body language and its role in everyday interactions. What other aspects of body language might surprise us? Stay tuned as we continue this exploration. Imagine you're in a high-stakes negotiation. The tension in the air is palpable. Understanding body language in such moments can be the difference between sealing a deal and walking away empty-handed. High-pressure situations bring heightened emotions, and the ability to read those nonverbal signals becomes not only a useful skill but a vital one. Consider the world of law enforcement. Officers trained in reading body language can often identify suspects who are lying or uncomfortable. For instance, when a suspect habitually shifts their gaze, fidgets, or avoids answering direct questions, these behaviors can indicate stress or deception. Detectives employ these cues to build rapport, which allows them to assess the truthfulness of statements more accurately. A fascinating case study is that of the interrogation techniques used by the FBI. Agents are trained to observe microexpressions, tiny, involuntary facial movements that can reveal true emotions. For example, during one high-profile case, agents noticed a suspect's fleeting expression of fear when asked about a specific piece of evidence. This momentary lapse allowed them to delve deeper into the line of questioning, ultimately leading to a confession. Such techniques can signify when someone is withholding crucial information. But body language isn't reserved for criminal investigations. In corporate negotiations, the stakes can be just as high. Take the example of two rival companies discussing a merger. One executive may exhibit closed body language, such as crossed arms or a lack of eye contact, indicating reluctance to propose an agreement. Conversely, a forward-leaning participant with open gestures might signal willingness. Skilled negotiators are trained to pivot based on these cues, adapting their strategies in real time. Think about the famous 1984 presidential debates between Ronald Reagan and Walter Mondale. During this pivotal encounter, Reagan's relaxed posture and confident demeanor vastly outshined Mondale's more rigid and tense presentation. Viewers and voters alike interpreted Reagan's body language as an indicator of competency, which ultimately swayed public opinion. This example illustrates how dramatically body language can influence perceptions on large platforms. Moreover, in medical fields, the ability to read body language can improve patient care. Healthcare professionals who pay attention to nonverbal cues can often gauge a patient's discomfort or anxiety. For instance, a patient may not verbally express that they are in pain, but their body language, grimacing, clenching fists, or avoiding eye contact, can tell a different story. Doctors who are aware of these signals often create a more patient-centered approach, enhancing the healthcare experience. The arts also employ subtle body language cues to convey emotions. Actors train extensively to master their body language, knowing that every gesture can amplify the story they want to tell. A seemingly small action, a raised eyebrow, a deliberate pause, or a sigh, can convey profound meanings during performances, eliciting emotional responses from audiences. This understanding of body language as an art form further emphasizes its relevance in diverse fields. So, what can we learn from these high-stakes situations about our everyday interactions? Recognizing and interpreting body language can revolutionize the way we connect with others, whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or even casual encounters. The beauty of body language is that it creates a common ground for communication, one that transcends words and fosters deeper understanding. As we wrap up this chapter, it's essential to consider how these high-pressure dynamics play out in our lives. What might we gain from applying these observations to our daily interactions? Could we refine our communication style to be more effective? Join us as we continue exploring these themes and uncover more fascinating dimensions of body language. Now that we've explored the intricacies of body language in high-stakes scenarios, let's bring this knowledge back to our everyday interactions. Mastering body language can enrich not just our personal relationships but every facet of our lives. Whether it's in our careers, social gatherings, or family dynamics, effective body language can enhance how we connect with others. First, let's discuss mirroring, a powerful technique that can build rapport with others. Mirroring involves subtly mimicking the gestures, posture, and facial expressions of the person you're speaking with. This can create a sense of familiarity and trust. Studies have shown that people are more likely to respond positively when they feel a connection through shared body language. Imagine you're at a networking event, and you begin a conversation with someone. As they lean in, you lean in slightly as well. If they smile, you offer a warm smile in return. This unspoken dance can create a bond that lays the groundwork for a meaningful connection. A famous example comes from the world of sales. Top sales professionals often employ mirroring techniques to reassure clients and make them feel understood, increasing the likelihood of closing deals. Next, let's talk about the importance of posture. Standing tall with shoulders back can convey confidence and openness. When you walk into a room, your body language speaks before you even say a word. Research indicates that people who adopt powerful postures are perceived as more competent and persuasive. In a job interview, for instance, leaning slightly forward while maintaining an open posture can signal enthusiasm and engagement. Consider the influence of body language in family settings. Simple gestures like nodding while your partner speaks can convey empathy and understanding. During a family dinner, maintaining eye contact with your children while they share their experiences demonstrates active listening, fostering a safe space for open communication. These small adjustments can transform family dynamics, helping to reduce conflicts and enhance emotional bonding. Moreover, understanding the importance of space and proximity can enhance our communication skills. The concept of personal space refers to the physical distance we maintain during interactions. Invading someone's personal space can create discomfort, while too much distance might suggest disinterest. Learning to gauge this distance based on context is crucial. In a social environment, standing about an arm's length apart can feel comfortable, whereas in an intimate discussion, being closer can signal trust and connection. Now, let's reflect on the role of facial expressions. Practicing open and friendly facial expressions can make you more approachable. A warm smile and an inviting gaze can set the tone for positive interactions, whether at work or in social settings. Think about how effortlessly a genuine smile can diffuse tension, perhaps during a disagreement or stressful situation. This small detail can lead to more constructive conversations. As we navigate through these practical techniques, remember that consistency is key. Regularly practicing these body language skills can lead to improved communication over time. Just like mastering a musical instrument, the more you practice, the smoother and more natural it becomes. To conclude, enhancing our body language can positively influence our interactions in all spheres of life, from professional connections to personal relationships. With these practical techniques in your toolkit, you can start mastering the unspoken language and forge deeper connections. What can you implement today in your own life to strengthen your interpersonal communication? We hope you've gathered valuable insights as we explore the rounded dynamics of body language. Every gesture, every expression, and every posture takes on a different meaning depending on the context in which it is displayed. Understanding the environment can drastically change how we interpret body language. Let's take a moment to think about how context influences our reading of body language. Imagine you're at a wedding. The atmosphere is joyful, filled with laughter and celebration. A friend leans in close to tell you a joke, and you notice their smile, an inviting posture, and the warmth in their eyes. These cues suggest they're sharing a moment of happiness with you. Now, picture the same friend in a job interview. They lean in close again, but this time, their expression is tense, their posture reserved. The different setting alters your interpretation of their body language. Context doesn't just include the physical environment but also the relationship between the individuals involved. In a casual setting, a friendly pat on the back can signify camaraderie, while in a professional situation, it might come off as intrusive or even inappropriate. Moreover, context includes socio-cultural factors. In some cultures, maintaining eye contact is a sign of confidence, while in others, it may be interpreted as disrespect. In Japan, for example, too much direct eye contact can be seen as confrontational. Understanding these nuances is crucial in reading body language effectively. Research indicates that 93% of communication is nonverbal, and the context plays a significant role in how we interpret these nonverbal cues. A study conducted by Albert Morabian revealed that when emotions are involved, the emphasis on body language increases. Thus, in emotionally charged situations, such as a heated argument or a passionate discussion, recognizing the context can allow for a more accurate reading of intentions and feelings. Let's consider a practical example. Suppose you're in a meeting, and a colleague crosses their arms tightly while avoiding eye contact. In a relaxed setting, this might suggest defensiveness or discomfort. However, if you know that they recently experienced a personal loss, this behavior could be interpreted as grief or contemplation, not just resistance to the conversation. Another interesting case is the difference in reading body language in negotiation scenarios. A negotiator who leans back with a relaxed posture might appear confident, signaling that they are content with the terms. In contrast, if the same individual shifts uncomfortably or begins to fidget, it may imply anxiety about their position. Understanding the context, such as the stakes involved in the negotiation, can greatly enhance your ability to read these nonverbal cues accurately. Ultimately, recognizing that body language doesn't exist in a vacuum is essential. It is interwoven with the context of the situation, the relational dynamics at play, and the cultural backgrounds of the individuals involved. By incorporating context into our analysis of body language, we can vastly improve our communication skills and deepen our interpersonal connections. In our next chapter, we will delve into how body language can create trust and foster deeper connections in personal and professional relationships. Stay tuned as we explore the intricacies of building genuine rapport through nonverbal communication. Trust is foundational in all relationships, be it personal or professional. Body language plays a pivotal role in establishing and maintaining that trust. The way we communicate nonverbally can create an atmosphere of openness and safety or, conversely, foster doubt and mistrust. A study by the University of California revealed that people are more likely to perceive someone as trustworthy if their body language indicates warmth and openness. A genuine smile, uncrossed arms, and leaning slightly toward the other person can signal that you are approachable and sincere. Imagine being at a networking event. You meet someone who greets you with a firm handshake, maintains eye contact, and has a relaxed posture. Instinctively, you feel more comfortable around them. This instinct is deeply rooted in our evolutionary psychology, as humans are hardwired to respond to social cues. Conversely, crossing your arms, avoiding eye contact, or fidgeting can create an impression of insecurity or deception. This is particularly crucial in high-stakes situations, like business meetings or negotiations, where trust can significantly impact outcomes. A famous incident that illustrates this occurred during the Watergate scandal. Richard Nixon's body language during his television appearances was heavily scrutinized. His defensive posture, the way he often avoided eye contact, and his nervous gestures contributed to a public perception of mistrust that ultimately led to his downfall. To build trust through body language, start by being aware of your nonverbal signals. Here are a few techniques. 1. Mirroring. Subtly mimicking the other person's gestures and posture can create a sense of connection. When done authentically, it shows empathy and shared understanding. 2. Open posture. Maintain an open and welcoming stance. Avoid crossing your arms or turning your body away. Open body language invites collaboration and trust. 3. Consistent eye contact. Balancing eye contact shows confidence and sincerity. However, it's essential to balance it to avoid coming off as aggressive or confrontational. 4. Authentic smiling. A genuine smile not only makes you approachable but also releases oxytocin, the hormone that promotes bonding and trust. It can turn a neutral interaction into a warm connection. An inspiring example can be observed in the world of sales. Successful salespeople often rely on body language to build rapport with clients. They position themselves at a comfortable distance, lean in as the client speaks, and respond with gestures that indicate they are engaged. This nonverbal communication reinforces their verbal messages, creating a cohesive experience where clients feel valued and understood. Moreover, trust isn't just about personal interactions. In organizational settings, leaders who exhibit positive body language foster a culture of trust among their teams. When managers maintain an open posture and engage with their teams using eye contact, they promote transparency and mutual respect within the workplace. As we explore deeper into the nuances of body language, it becomes clear that trust is not merely a verbal commitment but a multi-layered experience conveyed through gestures, posture, and expressions. In the following chapter, we will uncover how mastering body language can enhance conflict resolution skills, providing you with tools to navigate even the most challenging discussions. Stay with us as we continue this transformative journey through the world of body language. In every relationship, conflicts are unavoidable. Whether it's a disagreement with a colleague, a tense family discussion, or a misunderstanding with a friend, how we handle these situations can either lead to resolution or further discord. Body language plays a crucial role in determining the outcome of these interactions. When faced with conflict, the stakes are high, and emotions can run rampant. The first step in navigating difficult conversations is to regulate your body language. For instance, if you approach a conflict with closed-off gestures, like crossed arms or looking away, it can escalate tension. Instead, adopting an open posture and maintaining eye contact can signal a willingness to engage and resolve the issue together. Research suggests that during conflicts, individuals who maintain calm body language are perceived as more rational and trustworthy. This perception can help de-escalate the situation. For example, let's consider a couple in an argument. If one partner raises their voice and points finger aggressively, the other may feel threatened and become defensive. However, if the first partner approaches the conversation with a calm tone, relaxed posture, and an understanding expression, it can promote a safe space for dialogue. One powerful technique is the use of active listening through body language. Nodding, leaning slightly forward, and maintaining a soft expression can convey that you are fully engaged in the conversation. A study conducted by the University of New Hampshire found that active listeners, those who nod and show engagement, are perceived as more empathetic and understanding, leading to more constructive outcomes. Another essential factor is to be aware of the nonverbal cues of the other person. Recognizing signs of discomfort or defensiveness, such as fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or tense posture, can guide you in adapting your own approach. For instance, if you sense that your conversation partner is becoming anxious, you might lower your voice or adjust your body language to create a more inviting atmosphere. An illustrative anecdote comes from the world of mediation. Mediators are trained to read body language and facilitate conversations between conflicting parties. They often employ techniques like mirroring and validating emotions through gestures. By doing this, mediators can create a bridge between two opposing viewpoints, encouraging collaboration over confrontation. Understanding the role of body language in conflict resolution also entails knowing when to step back. If discussions become too heated, taking a moment to breathe while maintaining a neutral posture can prevent escalation. This act demonstrates emotional intelligence and can open the door for more productive dialogue once tempers cool. To conclude, mastering body language during conflicts can significantly improve your ability to navigate difficult conversations. Understanding the interplay between verbal and nonverbal communication equips you with tools to foster resolution and maintain relationships. In our final chapter, we will reflect on the journey through body language and explore how these insights into nonverbal communication can enhance your overall life experience, making every interaction more meaningful. Have you ever noticed how two people in conversation often start to mimic each other's gestures, postures, and expressions? This phenomenon is known as mirroring, and it plays a crucial role in nonverbal communication. It's not just a coincidence or a cute trait, it's grounded in psychology. Mirroring occurs naturally and helps to establish rapport, build connections, and create a sense of empathy between individuals. In fact, studies have shown that when people mirror each other's body language, they tend to feel more attuned and connected. This is especially prevalent in close relationships, such as friendships or romantic partnerships. Researchers from the University of California conducted an experiment where they found that couples who mirrored each other's body language reported higher levels of satisfaction in their relationship. Why does this happen? It's because mirroring signals to the other person that you're engaged and invested in the interaction. When someone smiles, leans in, or nods in response to you, it reinforces the feeling of being understood. This connection can lead to more open and impactful communication. But mirroring isn't only limited to positive interactions. It can also reveal tensions and conflicts. Imagine a conversation where one person is relaxed and open, while the other is closed off, arms crossed, and avoiding eye contact. If the relaxed individual unconsciously mirrors the closed-off person's posture, this could escalate tensions and lead to misunderstandings. These subtle shifts in body language can transform the dynamic of the conversation, making it essential for us to be aware of our own nonverbal cues. Consider the famous case of Bill Clinton during his presidency. During a televised debate, political analysts noticed how he mirrored the gestures of the moderator, creating a sense of connection and agreement, even when discussing contentious issues. This mirroring not only softened the audience's perception of him but also demonstrated his ability to engage with others empathetically. To effectively employ mirroring in your interactions, begin by observing the person you're communicating with. Notice their gestures, tone, and posture. As they lean in, you lean in slightly as well. When they nod, you can nod too. However, it's crucial to do this subtly, too obvious imitation can come off as disingenuous. The key is to create a dance of connection without forcing it. Ultimately, understanding the psychology behind mirroring helps us not only connect better with others but also navigate the complexities of social interactions. As we become more aware of these subtle cues, we can shape our relationships more successfully and create a positive atmosphere in our conversations. What other subtle cues might we be missing in our daily interactions? The answers may surprise you. As technology advances, we find ourselves in an age where artificial intelligence is beginning to understand body language. Just as humans have relied on their instincts to parse nonverbal signals, machines are beginning to learn from us. Imagine a world where your smartphone can interpret your emotional state through your posture or facial expressions, and respond accordingly. Companies are already developing AI systems that analyze body language in real time. For example, researchers at Stanford University utilized machine learning techniques to detect nonverbal cues from video feeds, understanding not just what was being said, but how it was being communicated. This could revolutionize industries, particularly in areas like mental health and customer service. In mental health, AI could provide therapists with insights into their patients' emotional states during sessions. If a patient exhibits closed-off body language during discussions of sensitive topics, an AI could alert the therapist, prompting them to explore these areas more deeply. This technology could lead to more effective therapeutic approaches and better patient outcomes. On the flip side, the use of AI in analyzing body language raises ethical concerns. How transparent should companies be about their technology's capabilities? If a customer service representative can identify a frustrated customer simply by their body language, that could lead to better service, but at what cost to privacy? Understanding and utilizing body language should always be balanced with respect for personal boundaries and ethics. Moreover, AI's understanding of body language is still in its infancy, with limitations. For instance, body language can vary greatly across cultures, and an AI that lacks this cultural nuance may misinterpret gestures. A thumbs-up symbol may be a positive affirmation in some countries, but it's considered an insult in others. As we look to the future, ensuring that the datasets used for training these AI systems are diverse and culturally informed will be vital. Think about video calls in the workplace. An AI that detects whether team members are engaged or distracted could provide valuable feedback to improve dynamics. In the remote work environment, the ability to gauge engagement through body language interpretation could foster more productive collaboration. This technology could provide managers with insightful data about team morale that may not be reflected in traditional metrics. As we venture into this new frontier, understanding how to read body language becomes even more critical. We're entering a reality where humans and AI must collaborate. Our innate understanding of nonverbal cues will complement technological advancements. Staying aware of our own body language, how we express ourselves and read others, will enable us to navigate this evolving landscape effectively. But this leads us to a fundamental question: how will these advances in technology redefine our human connection?